Everyone, my name's Adreden. We're just going to be doing some chatting and some feedback about my mod, Adreden. So, if you're catching this after the stream, just leave some comments down below if you played the game or you see something you like or have some sort of argument, like a logical argument against or for or something. Just let me know in the bottom, like in the comments, and we can talk about it. This isn't probably the last one of these I'll make. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, if you do end up liking all this stuff, hit that like button, subscribe, maybe head on over to Patreon, and try to keep on, help things keep on going forward with both this channel and my modding in general. All right, so this isn't directly a Dred, and this is something I'm kind of working on the AI and the damage capacity of the behemoths without really going into the code stuff. And so what I've been up to at the moment is is playing around with a couple things recently to change the AI of the damage and whatnot of the behemoth. Because there's normal behemoths, and what I'm trying to do is make a behemoth that has like an extremely short ranged attack, but it's a ranged weapon so that I can use like some kind of like bigger explosive hits. Ooh, all right, so let's I'm over here. Come and investigate the sound, please. All right, so they're gonna come here, but I don't think it's I tried this earlier and it didn't work, but I changed one variable. I don't know if it'll work. Yeah. They get frustrated at each other. But they don't. These ones, this particular hand that I've redesigned for these guys seems less damaging than the original one. For some reason, I don't really know, considering it has like the same damage capacity. It's just kind of extremely weak, because these walls should be coming down way quicker than this. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll keep on working on it and figuring out why house isn't coming down quicker. Because what I've done, pause these guys. Pause. Is at the moment I'm just using a new hand. I'm just using the rocket, but they don't seem to be launching it. So, but I'm not really familiar with you making zombies that are ranged zombies. Hippie definitely did a bunch of them. His mod. So I'm probably gonna have to like take a look at some of his stuff or examine some of the a little more carefully and start playing around with some things, ask some more questions, see if I can get this thing to work a little bit better. Is there something really wrong with it? I decreased the range because I don't want them to be, because it's supposed to look like a melee attack, but it's supposed to be way more destructive. So that's kind of the plan here. And at the moment, it just isn't. I don't really know why. Anyhow, if I do get this, bye-bye. If I do get this thing working, then it would be nice to have this, have them have a little more damage, because sometimes they just mill around. They're kind of, I don't really know what's up with these guys. Sometimes they're a little bit goofy. Probably gonna have to work on the controller for them, some AI stuff. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I guess we'll probably go look more at other stuff out here that we're adjust. But I figured I'd hop in here and just really quickly show you what I was working on here. Yeah. Anyhow, one of the things I got some thoughts on was in the creation of the experiments and stuff for the sciencey aspect of my mod. And so now, let me see here. Go to see that. We're gonna go. So many things open here, guys. Here, I've been working on trying to make it so that the sticks you get from cutting down trees are more like normal sticks. This is kind of like comes back from when I had thing more as a melee mod. What I wanted it to be was kind of like, you know, you'd run up to a tree and you like rip a branch off and then you could fight with it. Which probably would work fine if I was to do a dedicated, like, just a melee mod. But I think what it ends up doing now is just kind of cluttering up the player's inventory a bit. So I'm kind of trying to work on that a bit. You could add a little bit more body damage for bad aimers like me. Nope, I gotta do it. Never, no. Maybe I might. We'll see. We'll see, Tanny. How's it going, by the way? Yeah, because I kind of want him to be a little bit like, or see the other thing I could do. Yeah, because I want them to be more like sort of Romero zombies, where they're really hard to kill. But on the other hand, here's what we might be able to do: is we might be able to make it so that there are better options for doing enough damage to obliterate, like, their movement or something earlier on, or something to that effect, or maybe a higher knockdown effect. That could be possible. It might be, you know, I don't expect zombies to, or most zombies, I don't expect most zombies to have like the most graceful of walks or the most amazing balance, right? So those are kind of things that that's possible. Maybe we can figure something like that out too. I struggle so much getting better with the club. Yeah. So anyways, I feel like there might be more interesting ways to play the game, or maybe I could make it so that it's, because what I've been doing in GNA horde mode. Oh, sorry, GNA. I did it again. I did it again. I always call it horde mode. Anyway, is like knocking out their legs, and then they trip, and then I can smash their heads. So maybe something like that could be done too. It's a little more interesting than just, you know, a couple smacks to the chest. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Dan Phoenix, and prep for it. How's it going, guys? How's it going? I'm just yeah, sort of looking at things, adjusting things. I've got a list of a lot of stuff to work on. Where is my list gone? What is this? Is this the right list or is this the wrong list? My cold is just about gone, but I'm gonna just mute it for a second, guys. Okay, I hope that did not go through. Anyhow, I'll bring this over real quick. It's kind of small, but you know, there are things like here, like I got stacks of sticks, pipes, and rebar should stack first, I think, rather than, and then would change those into weapons by a quick craft, rather than, I don't know, using them right away. I don't know. I'm gonna work on that a little bit more. First of all, I gotta make them stackable, a lot more like various other mods have done in the past. So that's step one. These aren't exactly in order; they're in rough order, but they're not perfect order. Machete parts are useless now. I've put the recipe for the machete back in, but unfortunately you get, when you scrap it, machete parts. So there must be a secondary recipe somewhere hiding. I don't know why it gives me machete parts. Killed the recipe, but there must be a second recipe. Anyways, I'll try to kill that and work it, because it's funny, because like you have a bunch of the stuff to make thing, but then you also need parts for it. Like, to me, it just doesn't, I don't really like the parts. It seems dumb. Like, sure, you can have parts, but why not just craft a blade and craft a handle and put them together with, like, you know, metal pins or bolts, you know, like a real person. I don't know. It's a weird system. I don't know. And who knows? Maybe it'll be gone in Alpha 19. I don't exactly know. Display types for blocks and modifiers. I went through and I did a bunch of new display stuff for most of the weapons and a lot of the items. Now you can see what damage they do. So that's in. But I noticed that because I never really paid attention to this display type thing, and then but there's some for blocks, and I'm hoping there's some for modifiers so that people get more about what they're about. Yeah, I don't know. The pickaxe head mod seems to be broken, so I know about that, but I'm gonna try to fix that. So yeah, we'll fix on that again. Can you craft a bat? I was looking, and it shows the schematic, but there is no craft button in the workbench. Can you craft a bat? Oh, let's take a look, eh? Window. Sure. Open. We'll go up to mods. We'll go to Dred D-Bat. Melee. So much of this is XML. I have unbelievable amounts of XML. Kind of crazy. Like, if I made a single model, it takes maybe a few days to make a 3D model, but like getting all this other crap done is an unbelievable amount more time than I thought. Okay, recipes. Go and we look at say pine back. So here it shows me that I have a recipe for it, and it's in the workbench. But you're saying it's got no nothing. Go back somewhere. Gotta find somewhere safe to do. Where are we at? Ooh, yeah. Let me see. Maybe I'll take. No, I've got a building I've got taken over, so we'll just put our character over there. Whee! Ow! I'm not in God mode. Okay. Ah, not how you frickin' go around a corner. Perch. All right. CM. Out of there, please. I did not build a ladder in this place yet. Okay, so you're saying that we don't have one for the... Okay, let's take a look. Go into the corner, please. These, like, stupid... things that are just block your way. Okay. Fine bat. So do you have a different bat in mind? Which bat are you saying doesn't work, maybe? It looks like it shows the schematic, but there is no craft button in the work. Okay, I'm not sure. Because I check in creative menu and the bat there, but there's... Wonder if you took it out. No, I shouldn't. Yeah. Well, that's the Quadra VTEC from Cyberpunk 2077. So that's what that is. My favorite new vehicle. Just the good old boys. Yep. Ow. Oh, was looking for a baseball bat. Baseball. So this is one of the reasons why I was like, I've been trying to go through things here. Okay, because I've got custom bats, and my custom bats are special. are those? Here it is. I don't know what the heck the Fun Pimps are up to with Alpha 19, but the way they've set up their modifiers, I believe everything is set up kind of at the origin of the bat. The origin of the bat is where like the player holds it. And from there, they then have particular distance that everything is set to. And I didn't do that. I did something different, and I think it's kind of better because it makes more logical sense, but it doesn't really work. Maybe for some things. So like, I can't move. Yeah, if you didn't know, you could attach these stagomizers to the pipe. That's why I put these little bolt parts on them so that it doesn't look weird. I'm gonna put them on. Just so you know. Anyhow, the bats. Pipe. And find one of the and boom. Okay. Weird that everything is so high up. No, I guess it's not weird. Never mind. Okay, so if we look inside the bat, I guess. So here's a place where an attachment actually happens. It's up here on the head, and then based on things, normally what the Fun Pimps normally do, it seems like everything is down here. So this is why I switched the bats out. And so anyway, this is the reason why I think I took out the EFP bat, because its modifiers are attached down here where the handle is, but most of mine have been up here because that makes sense. Just like the grip is down there, shaft is down there, but the pommel is down here, etc., etc. for most of my things. And so thus I've set things on like this guy here, its origin is down here as well, so that when you attach it up here, it looks like it's supposed to be up here. And here, Fun Pimps would do is they'd rather have all the origins down here and have this up, which is fine unless you have, unless you want to attach it to different handles. For example, good one. You now. So like, this is a different length. This handle, on the other hand, that's a rebar handle, and if you were to attach it here, it would be like in the middle of your weapon, which is dumb. What I've done is I've made it head is of course where it's supposed to be, so that this up there, it makes sense. But you can only do that by having these modifiers at various heights rather than having them all down here at the handle, because otherwise everything would just that distance. But if you have it up here, then they can all be dynamic for each particular handle you have, right? And so it works and it doesn't work. Doesn't work with the TFP things exactly. Pain in the butt. I could probably do it now that I their bat and just that's actually probably the simplest way of doing it overall. Huh. Oh well, what's done is done. Oh, shit. I want to see. Oh, so sewer attachments for the baseball bat are save that. Okay, we're gonna exit that. Okay, sorry for the extremely deep dive into that reason for the baseball bat being different. Anyhow, that's that. So yeah, so I guess there's no baseball bat. Baseball. Huh. Weird. I think that's because I normally just look up like bat. Right? Like pine bat. And it's weird that sometimes things like this. The sorting, maybe I gotta figure out more about the sorting because there are other bats too. Old. That one not showing. Bat. Black bat. Huh, weird. What the hell? Recipes. Open file. God, it's in here. Well, this is a good thing. Thanks, Danny, for bringing this up because now I know there's weirder shit going. That's gonna friggin' take. Okay. Metal bat. Black metal bat. There. Bat, black. Okay. Well, that's weird. I don't know why. Why is it showing up as the custom icon of the white bat? Well, this is sort of why we're looking at all this stuff because there's lots of little weird things that just happen. 35 melee, good. We'll go here. We'll go icons and let's make it super big so everybody can just look at it. Okay. So said the white bat? Why in the hell is it doing that? Weird. Alright, where's the other bat then? Ought to be here. But I don't know that there's a black bat. Friggin' weird. So in game, what does it show up as though? Black bat there. See, it seems like it has the right icon. Oh, that's so weird. I must have put a second reference to something down here. That's weird. Anyhow, I don't think I'll really. Well, maybe we'll just play Club Metal Flat back. Save. I'll update that later. So where's my things? Then I generally just like. This is kind of my process. We do this, and then we go bat, and then we go items, and then we'll update that at some point. That's not bolded. We just want it like that, and that's my list of guys that I need to push to you guys later today. Okay. Okay, I see the teeth-looking thing mod. Put that on something. Game has a baseball bat parts though. I know the parts I gotta kill. I gotta really destroy those parts. They're really a problem. Go here, go F, and we go parts. Jetty parts. Okay, how about we just go parts gone. We gotta kill all the parts because the parts of a baseball bat are a piece of wood, and that's it. You don't need a freaking parts for a baseball bat, for God's sake. You just put it on a freaking lathe, and you friggin' turn it into a baseball bat. I've watched how to make, how to make a friggin' baseball bat, and that's all there is to it. Like, it's all in the process, not in the parts. And I don't know why TFP doesn't get it, but whatever. So we'll do some of that stuff maybe. But yeah, how are you So, guys, I mean, I know there's five. It looks like there's five of you here, but prep for it. How's it going? Go. Dan, how's it going? Go. Danny, how's it going? Go. Okay. Um. Yeah. So there's other things we need to do. I need to finish making the hat for old school. And Darkmist was saying that even though there's a cowboy, there's no cowgirl. And that's true. I should make a cowgirl. Need to put her in. Right. One of the things I was going to try to work on today was progression. Because one of the things I did manage to kill recently was the air file. Whoa. And class, figs, and entity classes. I think I've finally tracked down everything that gives the player old school type original vanilla experience. I think I killed them all. The last one was harvesting. Unless there's another thing that gives experience, I don't know. But harvesting, I think, was one of the last ones, so I killed it. And I hope that's good. We'll see. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's something else. At any rate, that should make it so that there's a less this with the the game stages and such. It should just pretty much be locked day by day, I think. Okay, so yeah, a little bit weird there, I guess. If we go to day 3. Okay, well, I don't really know. Must round in a way. At any rate, I can, start working maybe now on adding in more and more of the rolled zombies. They should be a little bit too. Yeah, how's the area which you moved to, Dan? How's that all working out now that you've been free for like a week or two now? You just been out exploring much? Okay. Up here. Just look around and I just still see so many things I need to work. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so one of the things I did is I made it so that all the weapons, you can see all this stuff relating to them now. So this was something that was not visible before, but I fixed it a day or two ago. I pushed all the things to the... It'll be good. I hope it's good. Let me know if it's not, then I'll fix it again. Yeah. A month now. Jeez, it's been that long. Old stomping ground. Nice. As the saying goes. Yep. Oh. So there are a few people also streaming my mod. I think, Annie, you've done some. I need to watch some of your stuff too. See how things are going. Been watching another person on Twitch doing it. There's somebody else who mentioned your name. Gadawan was saying that he's gonna do so. Oh yeah, that was one of the things he was saying. He was saying that, and I don't know, maybe Tanny, you've been playing it, what's going on. I don't know if Takuna's around. Might be busy with person right now, but we want to bring up a file that is search, because I don't know how people feel about this. I kind of feel like this person is on a good track. But this is why I released it early as an experimental version, so I could get some feedback about this stuff, because I really want to work with you guys whilst trying to keep to my vision a bit. So if we go, it's loot, or if we're gonna go to recipe. let me think. I think it's in blocks, isn't it? So this is where all of the so it's in recipe or in loot. Every time an experiment is done, so let's say the workbench experiment. Now I understand that it's quite expensive, or even maybe even go to the chem station. Because the recipe includes things like beakers, and beakers are tricky to find. I get it. It's a thing, and one of the people who I was watching did this experiment 16 times. Or no, he did the workbench one 16 times to be able to make the workbench, which is, fairly expensive. And so, many things. When you go to recipes, chemistry station, of course, what I did is I turned this down a smidgen, but it still takes a fair bit of resources to do. Now, I mean, like, I've done lots of tinkering in my life, and it sometimes takes a lot of resources to build things, but maybe not this much. I guess it really depends on how good you are with tinkering. But, so, what I'm thinking is that when you loot, and we go to chemistry station notes, guy, boom. Basically, I'm just exposing my entire method for like research, but that's fine. I don't mind having more science in the game. Oh yeah, we also need to show something else. Get it ready. Do it. What's it? Hope it's in. Great. Boom, boom. Put you here, here, here. Good. There. We'll come back to that. Yeah, so then now what's going on is there's a chance to get 0 to 4 of these chemistry notes in one experiment at a 40% chance. So what I might do is change all of these to 1. Always get a chance of getting 1 thing, right? And then experiment. I think the schematics are in a different place, which is a silly thing. I think I needed to do it because of the way I redid my progression. I don't know. I need to refactor stuff because it's getting complicated and kind of annoying for me to figure out where so it takes 10 of these, and this is just arbitrary. It's like, 10 is probably a good starting point. And some people have said that lots of times it's fair, but other times maybe not. So this is where things might need to be starting to get tweaked and adjusted. Everything is just 10. Why? Just because I figured it was an approximate close amount. Oh, there's more people here. Okay, let's catch up on chat here. Danny says restrictions are starting to loosen up here. All COVID cases we have are all recovered and haven't been a new one in weeks. Nice. We're almost there too. We have like 1 person in hospital, and I don't know. Well, a couple days ago there was no new ones, so we're pretty close too, I think, to being totally free. Hopefully. Yeah, I started streaming it a few times. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch your streams and see how they are doing. And John Zider, Spider. Hey, how's it going? How's it doing, man? Yeah, we were chatting last night, I think, right? Yeah. JPP 1993 channel. Hey, Adredengaming. Hi, how's it going? I'm just talking about my mod, how things work. Dan Phoenix says a lot of COVID cases here have dropped a lot. Nice, perfect. I'm glad things are starting to loosen up for people. Anyway, I have all this like auto-generated, and I need to like adjust it, and so so there's a lot of tweaking I can do in the research system. Things can be like I could drop this down to 4, right, and then in theory, you might only have to do one experiment with the chemistry station to be able to get it. But, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to adjust it in Alpha 18. It depends on how much feedback I get, adjusting it easier or harder. I know this whole schematic research system is very different than what everybody else has for mods and very different from vanilla. So, you know, I don't expect it to be perfect right off the bat, but what's the term? I keep using it. Punishing. There's grueling and punishing and fair kind of like grinding, but I don't want to be like punishing people in a way. I don't want it to be super annoying to like get all these things. On the other hand, I don't want it to be like, you know, you just do research once and you have it. You know, got to be like a little bit of probability in there. At any rate, so I am thinking about adjusting all of these to 1 to 4. That way, each time you do an experiment, you get at least one. You learn something, which is, you know, fairly realistic generally. When you do something, you learn something. Even the other day, I was, you know, exploding my voltage regulators outside in my garage, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And what I learned was that I shouldn't let my child near the experiment because he switched the polarity of my, and so everything was exploding because I was trying to connect positive to negative and negative to positive, and boom, I blew 2 voltage regulators, and that was pretty shitty. Anyways, a learning experience for me. I learned that they don't have any sort of diode blocking the reverse current. Good though. Anyways, so yeah, let me know about feedback on that. Anyone who's watching, we'll kind of work on that. Okay, so we have that. Hooray. But doing this, I need to actually go and change here. In my thing, we've got tools. No, which one is this? This guy? Guy. Create experimental recipe. So this is a Python script that I wrote that basically looks through all the files that I provide it for schematics, and then what it'll do is automatically write all the things. And I only use this for like things that, you know, where there's more than 100 of them, right? There's like 150 schematics or more in the game. So I need to make 150 experiments, 150 experiments that are done, 150 loot containers for those experiments, 150 like loot entries for them, right? All these things. So there's a lot of stuff that's really kind of repetitive. And I did do some like if else and such, so that there's a little bit of variation in all these things, so that they look a little bit different, or they're named a little bit based on what classified as. So that's kind of good. Yeah, anyway, that's how that works. Okay, one of the things I was gonna work on, now that I can hopefully get some feedback on that feature, recipe go away. Oh, they're right. Experiment. So yeah, let me know, everyone else, what to think about getting 0, like a chance of not learning anything from an experiment, or getting at least something. I think something maybe is a bit more fair, considering you have to probably do it 2-3 times. So get something. Probably, maybe I should do it 1 to 5. 1 to 5, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Okay. A lot of COVID cases here dropped out. I'm going to have some fun with cement and foam boxes during the next week. Okay. Making some water features out of it. Oh, cool. That sounds neat. So you're going to be like grinding them away using like a Dremel or like big old grinder or something? Like what you doing there, Dan? Ramcross says, have you thought about a failed attempt? They still get some materials back to. Hmm. That would make sense. Okay. I don't know that that can be done without installing something. Search mod. So I think I would need to install Spiri Core to do that. I would totally do that. That's because even though sometimes when an experiment fails, it doesn't shatter in real life, you know. And like, yeah, most of the time things just don't kind of work, and maybe you blow one transistor, but the vast majority is something still there, and you just need a single component out. Yeah, I mean that totally makes sense, but I think what you need to do is install Spirit Core. Let me just, where's my note? I'll add that to the bottom of the list because I'm up for it. I just don't know that I have time to do it. Right? Let's see here. If we go and we add it here, give back player if experiment failed. And then we're gonna go sphere 4. We'll see if I can do it. I think he implemented something like that where like you craft something, you can get something back. To me, it would make sense. It's like when you boil an egg, be able to get that the jar back from the jar of water you used, right? Like that makes sense to me. That's one of the things I think. Okay, so the progression. Oh right, we also want. I wanted to show you guys if you didn't know. We have to go to shopping cart down here. So need to go. Ooh, we are underground. Them. One of those controlled ones. Yeah. Well, him be. So yeah, what Guppy has done, he made it so that we can make these pushable shopping cart. This works like a vehicle, so you can actually put things in it if you want, and then push it around. A little bit goofy, but I was thinking about putting this in, and hopefully it'll work. Yeah, it's not a high performance thing, but something. And then of course you have this one over here, which is go kart, which a little bit of gas for. I don't have gas. We put this in. Up. And I think this is in Darkness Falls. But I figured it's in his shopping cart thing. Basically just like a shopping cart with a motor and seat and stuff. Oh yeah. Kind of fun. I like it. That goat is not. But yeah, anyhow. Lots of good work from Guppy. But yeah, now or whatever. You can apparently search these. Yeah, it'll turn into a rusted shopping cart, which you can pick up, and then you can go to a workstation and turn it into a pushable shopping cart or a shopping go-kart. Means you need some oil to just make it work a bit better. You know, it's fair. That seems pretty fair. And what I'm thinking of is because there's no way to increase your backpack size at the moment. Past this is that I also wanted to install AWA's backpack mod, and I just haven't done it yet. But that should mean that I have it somewhere. I do. So escape. Leave it is here in here. Inventory. Break something, but that's okay because I can do that. But I just wanted to get some feedback on this. There. Okay. Michael Brenham. Hi, how's it going? And Dan Phoenix, you're saying you basically cut them up to shape, to coat them in cement with a paintbrush so they are somewhat light, move, and huh. Neat. You're gonna have to. Do you have any pictures on your Discord, or can you send me a picture? Seems really cool. In game, we're just gonna go to testing one. I don't want to break my other games with it. Yeah. It's really weird. I've been trying to work on the progression system, but I keep getting there's so many other little things that need to be built in to make everything else, just a bit better. Dealing with little bugs and stuff. That things like excuse me, adding the different things like maybe books about shooting, like sniping and stuff. Those things have been on my list of things to add, and I'm thinking about it, but I haven't really gotten it done yet. Now this mod I may need to fit in with my progression system. It's all destroyed and ripped apart, not vanilla at all. But my thought is, because there's no way to buy more space in your backpack with pack mule, I do want to make it so that the player has like strength, maybe like leg strength, like upper body, something like that, just to make it have another option for having that in there. But I don't want it to get, I don't know, it's starting to get pretty complicated. But because I made a video about this, never got around to actually publishing it. But what AWAS did is he made it so that there are various backpacks, and these backpacks, God mode. Take a look at so yeah. Now there's a couple bugs I think with this particular version that I have installed. And I need to install them. Or I figure out what ones I better. At any rate, so he's got all these backpacks, and if you, I think some of these are supposed to be unlocked, but I think got a slightly earlier, glitchier version. Need to find the latest one and install that. At any rate, you then drop on a backpack, and then it should unlock some space in your inventory, like extra space. I think this row is normally open, but then get a bigger backpack, and you can legit have more stuff, right? And then let's say you find, like, I think the shabby one is pretty bad. +9. One is +18. +27. So this is like the good one, is the military one, quite large. And yeah, that, and then if you have various pockets and other things, can unlock more space for you. So yeah, I really want to use AWAS's true inventory system. And then that coupled with like the shopping carts, should get the players going pretty early in the game for having options for moving their stuff around. Yeah, I don't know. Feedback on that is good, because that way I can install or adjust things accordingly, that kind of thing. Um, okay, so no new chat. Okay. So yeah, that's basically how that would work if it's in there. Because yeah, like I said, I've gutted all this stuff out, everything. So, but there's things like I want to figure out, how to get more cardio into the game, and other things I want to bring back. I just want to do it in a way that makes more sense. Or instead of just buying something, like for example, what I've done is I've got a number of ones for this iron gut skill. But what I would need to do for it, one of the things I hopefully work on, building new POIs or loot containers that have these things, have genetic modifications in it, so that the player can be a little bit more adapted to dealing with this stuff. So it'd be like you'd go to Higashi Pharmaceutical Building, and then you'd actually have to go and find this stuff. So it actually gives the player some more stuff to do and reasons to go to places. And then, that should be good. And if I can get the random world gen working so that there's these, X number of these buildings around, then they will be able to find them. Or have it so that there are a couple of other options. So sometimes you may find everything you need to have perfect digestion and never get food poisoning. But on the other hand, you might not. You might find something else. Like you might find some other kind of mods that make you stronger or something. But so never exactly the playthrough might never be perfect for what you want, but it should be dynamic and maybe changing. I don't know if I can do that or not. Good. I just don't know if I get the time, because that's sort of the cheap reason why game developers in general put in a progression system with buying skills. But oftentimes it can expand your game a bit. Oh, yeah, smell error. Final pack. Really, what did I do? And final. Okay. Yeah, I just stopped all their AI. But ideally, what should happen is that the player would have to come some kind of place like Higashi Pharmacy. And then go up to probably, which floor is it? One? Yeah, like some of these floors up here. Right. And then like some of the good stuff is probably back over here, right? Like all these fun areas over here. And there should be maybe new types of loot containers and stuff that have some of these, like these guys should be maybe changed to like refrigerators or something. very special and have that do. Oh no. You know, things like making your player like a radio troph, or some of these different things that reduce food poisoning chances and stuff by, you know, genetically modifying you. Myostatin inhibitors should make you stronger or make you heal better and stuff. Lots of the stuff I need to finish producing, so we'll get there. It's just about getting this. Yeah, but it takes extra time to develop this one, because instead of just saying that, you know, that you can just buy like a point of healing factor, which I still have to fix in the game. Instead of buying a point of healing factor, then have to actually go develop like a loot container for it, an item for it, wire it all in a different way. And ideally, maybe we can also have things like, you know, clinics, which is a whole other POI. You enjoy the idea of being able to modify yourself with skill points. Yeah, yeah. I understand how that's a thing. I just think that there's some opportunities for gameplay by, you know, holy cow, you are awesome. Got quite the voice on her, my daughter. She's just, you know, practicing. So, like, yeah, so instead of just setting up, like, you know, 20 or 30 fire pits and a killing corridor to learn how to get, like, kill things, so that you can then just buy the ability to fly a gyrocopter, I'd rather it be a bit more like you have to go maybe to an airfield, and find, you know, a maintenance book on aircraft, and then you can read that, and then you learn the schematic that way. Me, it gives an opportunity for the player to interact with the world more, rather than just, oh, I'm just going to throw down the fires and kill a bunch of zombies, you know? That's my thinking on it. You misunderstood. I'm agreeing with you. Oh, okay. What you're doing, and I think it's cool. Okay. No worries. I just, you know, I'm just, if anybody else is watching too, those are the reasons why I'm doing it, because I'm hoping to kind of increase the way that the player can interact with the world, right? Like, if a player were to want to find certain things. It's over here. Ever to load. Does it? Oh, it's over here. Somewhere. Make that. This third go down? Huh. I'll have to explore that in a few minutes. Red Mesa used to be over here. There it is. Yeah, so, like, you know, there actually is, I made a copy of this, where there's a special room, see something interesting. Ooh, Navsgain. I had a friend who only ever played this map. I would get bored and just repair those bridges. Yeah, right? A spoiler alert's above me, so. Upset of lungs. You guys will probably head out. I'll probably end the stream in about couple minutes here. This is probably the last thing I'm showing you. Let me see here. Red. Oh, we called it installation. Installation raid Mesa, Adreden. That. So yeah, like up on the surface here, most everything looks to be the same. At any rate, when you come down further and further into this place, you were to follow kind of a normal path, you could kind of find your way down to this floor, go through all this stuff. Room are these bookshelves, which here, but there should be. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I have to update this because this is odd. There should be a doorway right here that then goes into a special room hidden back here that contains a special loot item. This is why I can never find it. Okay. Good to know. At any rate, you know, it's a matter of going around the world and engaging with it and actually getting rewarded for engaging with the world rather than exploiting the world is how I see a more interesting 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I'm hoping to do some work on getting a lot more of this stuff done. I've just been sort of figuring out little bugs and stuff for all over the place that I've been working on. And yeah, trying to like get all these things working together takes time, but that's why I'm, you know, working on it. Okay guys, yeah, I think we're gonna head out. So if you didn't catch the stream, let me know things in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. And yeah, we're gonna keep on working on this and adjusting things to be more interesting for people. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long to update in Alpha 19, but I'll probably do a little more specifics work in it, like the schematics and stuff, changing it so it's a little bit easier to do things, learning. I did want to install SpheriCore, like I said, but the problem is that, you know, there's a lot of just simple HTML work that just needs to get done, right? And once the HTML work is done, then I don't mind adding in like code, more code changes. The only code change I have is the item crafted thing, which allows you to learn from crafting. Anyways, looks like I need to redo this POI because it's broken for some reason. Why? Is installation. Red Mesa. Load that one. Start the changes here. I fixed. Oh. That one. Installation. Security is that one. Huh. That broke. Weird. Okay, well, I'll fix that. That's fine. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what's going on with your thoughts on the mod. I'm gonna keep adjusting things, and yeah, go from there. Also, you can chat with me on my Discord if you want. Yeah, we'll see how that all goes. Okay, guys. See you all later. Thank you for